Hello Eternum and welcome to KOTT News, Eternum's #1 source for news, and this is the War Report. No change in the dynamic of Eternum last night as the forces of JDB's Kitchen retained control of the crocodile-infested marshes of Cutlass Keys. No comment from the offices of JDB as company members immediately began preparing for tomorrow's double declare. Restless Shore living up to its moniker as Raiders crew forces skirmished across the region controlling the towers. Though there were a brave few who turned out to oppose them, their efforts were for naught as they easily held their ground. Back in Moon Bay, KOTT spoke with one of the open world participants to get their reactions.
It was interesting to say the least. It's definitely nice seeing different people using different strategies. That's the only thing I have noticed.
You seeing new companies out there out in the battlefield?
Oh yeah, it's good. From a few months ago to now, it's definitely nice to see the game more lively, more open world content. Like yesterday, it was a bloodbath. There's ambushes on every road. It's just cool. It's like playing a giant game of Risk.
Returning to our ongoing coverage of the Season 3 Rise of the Angry Earth reward track, and once more, you can't not find a way to get multiple bonus lines while progressing through the cards. Even with the slow start, KOTT is looking like it will cruise through this season's track. Quickly to the weather, and it's looking like a pretty casual affair this afternoon, with only one sighting of corruption forces spotted marching into the southern peninsula of Cutlass Keys. 4 roster submissions for Simulated Fantasy Combat Resolution tonight, brought to you by LARPCO. Remember, if it isn't LARPCO, it's cardboard. Up first, the Marauders of Warconda assail the Covenant hero worshippers of the Outcasts for control of the always contested Restless Shore. Warconda, returning to action after an extended hiatus, jump into pool with both feet, scheduling 2 offensive fronts against 2 of the island's strongest companies. The Outcasts, with only 1 defensive effort to focus on, will take the frustration of last night's loss and channel it into crucifying Warconda on top of the Mudhill. Then, the Marauders of Pharmaceuticals attack the syndicate members of G is for Get To Fort for control of the bear-infested deep forests of Brightwood. Pharmaceutical forces return to the woods and attempt to sneak past the bears preparing for hibernation in order to prepare themselves for an assault on the Brightwood fort. But the forces of G is for Get to Fort have already prepared themselves by getting to the fort. The only question left is, will pharmaceuticals get there too? Meanwhile, the Marauders of Leo Invictus challenge the champs of JDB's Kitchen for their heavyweight title and the right to rule over Everfall. Leo Invictus come back for the 3rd time, hoping it will be the charm to overcoming the Syndicate's heavyweight champion representative and claiming their title belt. But JDB's Kitchen is confident in their ability to overcome this returning sparring partner and seem more curious as to the development of their opponent for their other engagement tonight. Also, the Marauders of Warconda assault the Syndicate members of JDB's Kitchen for control of the arid desert region of Brimstone Sands. In their second outing of the night, Warconda will have to overcome the shortfall of roster personnel caused by fighting an offense earlier in the night. But JDB's Kitchen will have to overcome an even greater lineup restriction caused by the double declare they'll be fighting in the same time slot, though they've shown before that they definitely can. Be sure to tune in for complete coverage and reactions from the citizens tonight at 11. Until then, this has been War Correspondent JChalant, KOTT News.